Hi, today we're going to start a series of videos on copyright, specifically when it comes to music. There are a lot of different moving parts that makes it a bit more complex than straightforward literary copyright. So what is copyright? It is a set of rights to protect you from someone else using or copying your work without your permission and your fair compensation. It gives you the right to take legal action against someone who has infringed on your rights. A copyrightable work in music comes into effect as soon as a song is recorded or written into any tangible form. This would be anything from your sheet music or making an actual recording or even just putting the lyrics down. There are many other copyrightable works, including art, poetry, books, and sculpture, but the key is that it is in a tangible form. You can see it, you can hear it, you can touch it. An idea or a melody in your head cannot be given copyright protection until it's been recorded. As an artist, you need to know your rights when it comes to the work you've created. There are economic rights, which is basically your right to earn money from anything that you create. The main way you'd have financial gain from your work would be by exploiting it, licensing it, or selling the rights for others to use. As the author of your works, you have a wide range of unique rights to allow your work to be used or not used. You may provide licenses to your work to be reproduced, distributed, adapted, communicated, or performed. Reproduction means you would be allowing the mechanical reproduction of your work in CD, vinyl, or other digital modes. Distribution means you would be issuing copies and providing it to the public for sale. In this case, when your music is available to purchase online, for streaming, or in a record store, it is licensed for distribution through these channels. Public performance includes performing or playing the work in public. Communication to the public would include if the work is put online or played over the radio. An adaptation would include things like transcribing it into sheet music. Because you own these rights, you can decide who uses your music and in what way they're able to use it. This can be especially important when you look at cases of artists having their music used in relation to political campaigns that don't align with their values. So now let's briefly talk about how long copyright lasts. I need you to know that this is specific for the United Kingdom, and there are different laws in different territories. So there are works that we know and love to this day from artists that are very much alive, but they're reaching the end of their copyright period. Because sound recordings last for 70 years from their date of release and are making a lot of money for the rights owners. Think like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. Some of these came out 50 years ago, but this was recently extended. In the UK, sound recordings were previously only copyrighted for 50 years. In 2013, it was extended to be 70 years. But when you think about it, it makes sense that the copyright has been extended. So a lot of them will be remastered and re-released so that it'll extend the copyright term. This will give them a further 70 years from when that specific release happened to protect the sound recordings. There are some arguments against the extension of copyright, being that it really can be restrictive on new and emerging artists who want to use these sound recordings in new things that they're making today. But I think personally that if you are alive, if you're making money from what you've done, then you know what? Let's extend it. Artists should be entitled to make money as long as they are personally able to. So I am definitely in agreement with the 70-year term on sound recordings. Check out my next video. We're going to talk more there about the difference in sound recordings and musical works and break down the copyright a little bit further. We're also going to talk about the copyright status of covers and remixes. So come back soon, you don't want to miss it. Thanks.